Well, why do I have to have G?
Anything you enter into the computer, the USB, the SD, the Magic Jack, the CDs that go in here, it's all described as a disc.
Oh.
Plug this in, it'll be disc B, that'll be disc C, that'll be disc G, that'll be disc F. You know, things you put in are just labeled as disc this, disc that, because they're inputs.
Is the disc the same as the drive?
Mm-hmm. Because it goes in the disc drive. It connects to the disc drive.
Okay.
Yes, yeah.
Now this is playing, and I don't want this to play.
Mm-hmm. There's always an X you can get.
And I think you told me to get rid of this by pressing enter. No?
No, that will play.
Oh, no. Okay, how do I get rid of him?
You can always navigate to an X somewhere.
Oh, okay. Tell me where, Devin.
It's always in the top right of whatever you're looking at. So in the very top right corner.
Yeah, I'm up here, Devin.
Further to the corner.
I'm doing it.
It's all the way out here.
It's off out of the lot. There's no X. That's an X?
Yep.
It's supposed to be red.
It is. It's about yay big.
Okay.
A little south of there. The pointer, there it goes.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And the same goes for this little pop-up.
That's all I have to do, huh?
Mm-hmm. You get to that X.
And then that
and it goes away.
Okay. And then that crazy Java thing came up.
Then
no, he didn't
hit X, yeah. Oh. Moved that, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Now, watch what happens when I go to your Safari. Who moved my Safari way down there, Devin? You had it up here.
Yeah, I don't remember them moving it that far, but it is, so.
That would be Victoria, maybe?
Maybe.
Now, where's Safari? Now, watch what happens here. See? I don't want that. I'm already signed up. Mr. Kurzman told me to...
Someone probably logged out of your YouTube account or logged into their own, something like that, so you gotta go do it again.
Okay, I did that much.
So, yeah, this has to be...
Don't show me. Let's show me.
But you have to type in Public Access TV.
Right in there?
Mm-hmm. You have to click on that white space in there, that blank area. Yep, and then you have to type in Public Access TV.
Okay, I did that over and over again.
One word without any spaces. Public Access TV.
P U B L I C A C C E S S TV.
Mm-hmm.
TV. Click.
And you should be able to click on the button underneath it, yes.
You want me to go down?
It says things to sign in, yeah.
Go down to there?
Yep.
Okay, now maybe I'll remember that. I want my YouTube page that Devin gave me, and there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Right, oh, okay. I have no idea what you did, because that stuck me up all week.
It's all there.
Is it really, Devin?
Yeah, everything I got over here.
And how many of them, dear?
Oh dear. Well, let's see. This one was 3. Where's the 3? There it is.
This is yours, isn't it?
Yeah, those are the contents I got
Wait
back.
a second, I have to find my... First of all, you gave me the GHB Masters and the address list. And then you said a white is okay. Okay, and now you showed me how to get rid of, what was that thing you got rid of? Disk. Okay, and now you got rid of YouTube. And now you were telling me how many shows you put on YouTube.
Between these 6 archives, you have 26 half-hour programs.
Wow, wasn't that an awful strain for you?
Not really. Not different than usual. Let me check on the really long one.
Really? You and I look alike. We got caps that look alike. 26 shows. First one was 3 hours.
And the first one shows up as 45 minutes. The rest show up as 2 hours.
No, first one had 6 shows on it.
The computer can't catch it all then.
Is that so?
It must be.
I can go to the DVD and show
If you put the DVD in it, it probably will play for 3 hours. But you know how you have stops
Uh-huh.
in there sometimes? You know how on the DVD player it shows one program, then another,
Yeah.
then another? On the computer that probably shows up as 4 different programs
What
to
are we
it.
going to do? That's a bad thing.
I'm going to have to see next week when we have some and
Well,
see
we've
if they
got to
show up
get-
as a bunch of different ones.
We've got to get up those 6 shows.
Yeah.
What do you want me to
Well,
do?
the rest are 2 hours, so it's this 3-hour one that's the problem.
Okay,
That's not bad.
3
This is-
hour is a problem.
The 3-hour one here seems to be a big problem. So I'll take it back and see what the computer says about it, what the computer shows it as when I'm taking it off the disk, and see if I can get 3 hours off it at all. That's
That'll
all you
be
can do.
interesting.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
that's all you can do.
All right, wait just a second. And no problem with the other.
The other ones look fine.
And how many were there? 5?
Without that.
This would be.
Without that,
That
one
one
having
was 10.
6.
This should be 11. 11,
Yeah, without
12,
those 6 programs.
13, 14.
4,
15.
8,
So
12.
you had 5.
Yes.
And no problem.
These ones are fine. These ones are up there. Contents and all. And such.
Oh, really? And descriptions and all?
Yeah, everything's up there.
Okay, so we're going to do number 10 over.
We're gonna see what's the problem, at least, yeah.
All right, we're going to examine it. And the contents.
Contents are here.
Do you need the contents for number 10?
I don't, they're all up there, but the program isn't that long.
Now show them to me, Devin.
No, I think we looked at this last week. If you put
Oh,
it-
we couldn't have looked at it last week.
when you put it on-
Oh, yes, that's how you taught me that. Yeah. Can you read it to me?
Okay, so this is, it's not broken by the same lines. You know how you would have a line break. But
Yeah.
that's not broken the same way, but, so it's everything in one jumble. Stonus, Matthew 17, New London, Cheney titles, Moon, In Calls,
It's good.
Child's Glendora on YouTube, Cats, Stonus, Victoria, 4 DCTV. Looks like one sentence. I think it's different.
That's good.
Victoria
I
and
can follow
DCTV.
it. I think that's
Herman,
wonderful.
Averio, Devon and Glen logistics for 90 TV stations in 1500. Half hours on YouTube. Devon and Glen Planet Child's Glendora. Videotaping dubs for 40 stations. 1 week for December equals 160 dubs. Return 20th video.
You got
So
all
it's a whole
that
bunch
in
of
there.
stuff. Yes.
You did a good job. Isn't that a lot of work?
It's all the same. Each program's the same.
That's a lot of work, isn't it? Description, good. Now let's see, how do I get out of that? Don't tell me. Oh, just do anything and he goes away, huh?
Mhm.
Let me see what you got. Oh, now where'd he go? There he is. Andrew Hirschman is at NBC today.
Oh, good.
Somebody called in sick,
That's fun.
so he's making another $900. Of which he gets to take home 400. There's Stonus. He's an old one. Well, let's see what's wrong here. See if I can figure that out. Andrew says when that happens, you go to a blank spot.
When what happens?
Well, when it won't move. Well, this is good. This is the first chance I've had to look at your work. Am I going the wrong way?
No, you're fine. You're going up, but you're all the way back in October, going into November, getting through November. Middle of November.
There we are.
November 25th. Yeah.
And are all the rest of them 2 hours?
All the rest, except for the first one. I believe the rest are all there. Yeah.
Can you tell me for sure?
2. No, that says 1.
Uh-oh.
2 of them say 1.
Okay, go back and
So
do
it's
those.
45 minutes on that 3-hour one. 2 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours.
Okay, can you fix up those 2 1-hours?
I'll see what's wrong.
2 of them are 1 hour.
Last one is fine. These 2 are not. These 2 are fine.
Well, I don't care. It's a lot for you to do. You did a lot.
You can see what can be done.
It's the computer, huh?
Probably. It might just be the breaks in the programs. The
Mhm.
computer reads it up to that break,
Mhm.
and then gets that first hour. Using the second hour.
And Victoria, you don't. There's no more issue about your giving your apple to Victoria.
Nope.
Because she went and bought one at eBay.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Washington D.C. today.
Oh, good. Why?
Andrew's sister, I believe, and husband and baby live there. We're in that area, not in that capital district. Mr. Schoonover brought me 2 walnut bars. That's like a brownie,
Oh,
like
okay.
a blonde brownie. And it was a bake sale they had to raise money to send the 8th graders to Washington D.C.
Right, right.
Did
I've heard
you-
about that, yeah.
They do that for you? When you were in 8th grade?
No.
They did it?
They just started that with one of the teachers that got in, I think, yeah.
So he says they're sending them down there to corrupt them?
Is that what Mr. Schoonover said?
That's what he said, yes. Now, is there anything else to hand me? 1, thank you for the address list. 2, thank you for the Glendora Happy Book Masters. Thank you for returning my discs. Thank you for going back and checking these. And thank you for returning my contents.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they?
You just took them with the discs.
That's a
Yeah, those are the contents for those discs, yeah.
Okay, now I want to tell you about the museum.
Right. Where's the museum?
I went down to the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Livingston on Route 9. You know where that is? It's right on Route 9.
Vaguely.
Yeah, you go right by it. And because they were having a no-cruelty Thanksgiving dinner. No turkeys killed. Because they have a vegetarian roast that's very much like that. And so I went down there for that. And I gave them $40 just to encourage them to do it. There were about 20 people there. Well, it's a good thing I went to that, because on the way back, I stopped at the museum, or at Mr. Cohen's property. Devin! There's no museum. It's gone. It's nowhere. I drove around the property, trying to find it. Well, you just can't imagine the emotions that I felt.
No, I can't.
No. Here you've got the life of my mother and the life of my husband and my own. Gone. So I put in a terrible night. And I think I called you last night, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
And I told you, and I called all the other trustees.
Right.
I called them all. And Barbara and Walter Slater and Linda and George Dixon were all over at Barbara's house in West Ghent. You know where Rabbit Lane is? Do you know Route 22? Okay. Do you know as you go down 9H where Shugart's garage was? Do you remember where that was?
Shoot, I don't know the garage.
Okay,
no.
anyway, you know where the museum is, in the
Yes.
woodpile. Okay, 1 mile down the road there's Route 22 that goes over to Ghent. And Rabbit Lane is the first left off of that. So that's
Okay.
how close they
So
live
it's
to
over
the
there,
museum.
yeah.
Yeah, they live the closest. Well, come to find out, Linda and George were going down 9H Tuesday or Wednesday. And they looked over and they didn't see the museum, but they didn't call me. Okay, so I put in an awful night. And this morning, last night, I got a call from Mr. Clampett, who lives way out in Suffolk County, Long Island. And he was up in Greenville, across the river. And he was at a friend named Ted. And he says, I'll call you tomorrow between 6 and 7. Well, he called at 7:30, and he says, I'm on my way to your place. He says, we're going over there and see what happened to the museum. Well, the first thing we did was to talk to the little people.
Mm-hmm.
The little
Workers,
people, you
yeah.
know, workers. And do you know anything? No, we don't know. They did have it over here. You know, that's where the new wooden building is, the new showroom, the little makeshift showroom, temporary showroom. They did have it over here. And that was scary because when you move that museum, isn't everything going to go like that?
I don't know.
And, but that's all they knew, and that included the son-in-law of Mr. Cohen, the husband of Amanda. And so, and Paul, he says, what? It's gone? He says, it is gone. And Paul's been there 15 years. So he was my best source. Well, they said, go over and see Jack Cohen. That's Mr. Cohen's son. Well, is Mr. Cohen here or in Florida? No, he's back up here. Well, we went over to see Jack, and Jack says, we moved down the road. Do you know where the wood pile is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know this road, and this is where they make the truss. Okay, and this is where you go into Amanda's and the museum. Well, they moved down this dirty, ruddy, pothole road. And I did go down there Thanksgiving, but I didn't go far enough. Anyway, there it was. Upright, and it's a lovely spot. It's much better than where it was. There's privacy. It's the only thing there. And there's no litter, no garbage, no rubbish all around it the way there was.
Yeah.
And Charles went up, and they brought the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Cohen was in doubt about the stairs. He says, well, ask Jim Berger if the stairs aren't there. But they were. He goes up and he opens it, and I go in. And the port, the first 7 rows of the port had come this way a little bit, but they weren't on the floor. I pushed them all back, and it kept going down and down and down the port until I had that all clear. In the meantime, Charles reconstituted column 26 over on the starboard side. It had fallen all over. It was really dumped onto the floor. And other than that and a few others, that's all that they did. And Mr. Cohen's father said that he had, and he gave me his name, and he said when he was told to move it, of course what was wrong is that they never called me. They should never even have touched it without calling me, or you, or somebody, one of the trustees. They never should have even touched it, but they did. And he said he didn't have a telephone number for me, so I gave him these 2 telephone numbers right away. And this man who was going to move it with a tractor says, that's not going there. He says, how long has it been there? And Bob said, oh, a long, long time. Well, actually, it's been there since October 2003. And he says, those wheels aren't going to move. I'm going to have to drag it up the road. By the way, this property belongs to Mr. Cohen's lawyer. He does not own the property now where the museum is. And, but no, he pulled it and the wheels began to roll. Isn't that wonderful?
Good shape.
And there he got it up the road and into that place, and that was the only disruption, those few things I told you.
So it's in a better place.
You know, first of all, it's there.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was an excavator who moved it. So I was thinking an excavator might have dug a big hole for it. But no. And so Mr. Cohen says, you can pay him the rent, the lawyer, if you want. And I says, no, I'm not going to leave you after all these years. He says, I didn't think you would. And so there it is, and I'm so happy. Oh. Do you realize that that's from 1972, 40 years. 5,000 videotapes, 5,000 audio tapes, 20,000 court papers, 7 volumes of newspaper articles that Franklin wrote, my mother's record. You imagine that? Plus Franklin's baseball books. I don't know if you're a baseball fan or not, but he saw Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth playing the same game.
Really?
Yeah. It was during the 30s, and it was in Philadelphia. It was New York at Philadelphia. and they played in the same game. And every baseball game he went to, he would cut out the box score and then the article that was written about it in the newspaper, and he has that article. That's a precious, precious thing.
Yeah.
He's got a teddy bear over there that's 100 years old.
Wow. It's almost as old as the teddy bear is in general.
Excuse me?
It's almost as old as when they invented the concept of the teddy bear.
Yes, how'd you know that?
Because I knew it was based on Teddy Roosevelt.
Is that so?
Yeah, based on, well, so goes the story, based on Teddy Roosevelt, who was, he was an avid hunter, mountaineer, outdoorsman, right here in New York, in the Adirondacks and such, and he was known for a hunting story where they captured a bear, but didn't kill, he let it go. So he became known as Teddy, for his mercy. Someone related that, so they named the little toy bears after him.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. How
story dates back to about 1905, I think, so it's 100 years. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, Devin. Oh, that's very interesting. Well, this one was, as you say, it was one of the first ones that came out, and it's like this.
Right, yeah, that's what they did look like, yep. That's the teddy bear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we're doing.
So that's why they call it teddy bear. I'll be darned.
So they say, yep.
I'll be darned. And I didn't know that he came up around here. I knew he was from Long Island. He was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Roosevelts had a family set in New York, yeah.
Yeah.
And Teddy was an outdoorsman. He was in the Adirondacks when he was told that President Garfield was shot. Whoever he was fulfilling,
No, McKinley.
McKinley, that's it, yeah.
McKinley.
Garfield was also shot, but yeah, confusing the assassinated presidents.
McKinley was.
McKinley was in like Pano, but
he was shot in Buffalo.
Wasn't?
Oh, in Buffalo.
Maybe I'm still thinking of Garfield. One of them was actually shot in a different country, but one of them was shot in a Latin American country.
Oh no, McKinley was shot in Buffalo. It's a big thing in Buffalo, where he was shot and how he was shot and how he went to the Buffalo hospital and he died in Buffalo. Oh.
But yeah, that's where Teddy was in the mountains.
I'm glad. So that's the museum story, and it's a very interesting story, but most of all it ended, the museum is intact. And it was a good experience for me because I didn't know how attached I was to it until I thought I'd lost it. That was kind of stupid of me to think that I'd lost it, right?
I was going to assume it hadn't. When you called me, I was going to assume it hadn't been dumped somewhere or destroyed. I figured it's been moved to some other location.
Yeah, you were right. But there was always the possibility that somebody could have made a mistake.
Yeah.
And said that they said should take it away or destroy it or whatever. All the other.
That'd be difficult to do, yeah. That'd be something to try and do it all.
Oh, would it?
I would imagine.
Well, I don't know. They tore down the Manders.
Yeah.
When we were
out takes something.
Yeah, that's all gone.
Right.
They had to pour new concrete. They kept the old concrete, and they put another pouring on it.
Okay.
And they're waiting for that to dry. And then the building is out there waiting to be erected, like on an erector set.
Oh, okay. That's good. Well, I'm glad to hear the museum came back.
But all that garbage, we won't have to go and look at that garbage
It'll be
anymore.
a new place, yeah. That's good.
You know, I always said to myself, you'll have your day on that rubbish. I put up with it for 7 years. And I said, you'll have your day on that. And I think we've got it now. There's nothing up there. It's a cliff. It's a ridge. They cut it right through. It's you go into the property. It's only, well, you know, it's not much bigger than from here to halfway to that brush. And then it's a cliff. And they dug it out. Alrighty, where do we go next? I don't understand this card, honey.
Oh yeah, that was in the stuff, now wasn't it? That was when you go to use the copier at Staples. You put in a set amount of money. You can't put money straight into the copy machine. You got this little machine next to it where you put in some money, because I don't have a credit card or a debit card or anything like that. So you put cash into the machine, it gives you a little card to use the credit on it in the copier. So there's still some money on that card.
Oh, there's money on that card?
Yeah, yeah. So
Where
next time you
should we
need
carry it?
copies, that's what you gotta use.
We should carry it in the briefcase then?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we better do that.
I don't think it expires or anything.
Well, when I
check.
went in, and Greg and I went in and did some copies, we just went ahead and did them. We didn't put any money in, we just went ahead and then a slip came out and told us how many we'd copied and how much it was, and then we went to the desk and paid for it.
Oh, okay. I think I did the reverse. I got credit in advance to pay for stuff, and then used it, and I still have some. That's all.
Oh, okay.
So it's just
You did a good job on those.
it's just the opposite procedure.
Thank you, I liked them, what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now these expenses.
Hmm?
I wanted to see if you would put these expenses in the book.
No, right.
You had Wednesday off, what did you do?
Wednesday?
Didn't you have Wednesday off?
Of school, yes. What was that?
That's your iPod.
Yeah.
Isn't that a lovely piece? So nice.
Wednesday, I think I was just home. I
Really?
was just relaxing on Wednesday.
You?
Did I go somewhere?
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's probably old Wednesday.
Can you pull that out, please?
No problem.
Now, you got some fan mail. Somebody.
You got fan mail?
You did.
I did. Oh, cool. My bank.
That's your bank?
Kinderhook Bank is.
No. Someday, do you want to go over and sign on that account with me? Can you sign?
I don't think I can legally sign for something, no. Vice versa, someone will have to sign
But you
for me
can
on
when
many
you're
things.
18, can't you?
Yeah, I think.
You can be the signer.
Well,
You can be in two names.
I don't know. I don't know if I can be a signer at 18 for someone else. I
Not
don't know the legality
for
of...
somebody else, but with somebody else. It's in two names.
yeah, I understand. I don't know if it's...
Oh, that's
I don't
my
know if
bad.
18 is the age or not. It could be 21.
Do you go with Kathleen Morris over there? Is that,
I don't know the people. I
oh,
work
you
with
don't
there.
know them?
I sat down with the person who wants to set up the account, and then I've just done
I think that
occasional
was
deposits.
Kathleen.
So, probably.
All
I don't
right.
know. So Kinderhook Banks where you keep a certain set of money, or do you have everything deposited there?
Just some of it.
Oh, okay. Because you said the other one was at, what was it,
Chase.
Chase? Yeah, Chase. Whatever it's called now.
JP Morgan Chase.
Yeah. Fun.
And that's way in Patterson, New York.
Mm.
Patterson, New York is in Dutchess County. Where's Dutchess County? It's the next county below
Right.
Columbia County. And it's on Route 22. In fact, it's very near Pauling, where you went for the
Right,
plant meet.
okay, yes, yeah, down south.
It's on Route 22, and so is Pauling.
Mm-hmm.
But it's farther south.
Okay. Do you have obligations that are tied to that Chase Bank?
What do you mean by obligations?
Well, my parents won't move some of their money from the bank they're in now. They want to move into my bank, Kinderhook Bank. But they won't move out of the one they're in right now because they have certain credit card accounts, certain money accounts, certain bills are tied to that account to
No.
automatically withdraw or deposit.
There's only one account in Chase.
And that's probably where you have your Social Security deposit automatically or something like that?
No, Devin.
Nothing deposits or withdraws from that?
You mean
I mean-
electronic deposits?
Anything. Nothing bills that, nothing deposits in that. Because I mean, you could just as easily move your money down the street to your bank right here in Kinderhook and not have to go all the way to Chase.
No, to answer your question, I believe the answer is no. I have no attachments to that bank. There is a savings, well, we do. The trust is in that bank.
Right.
The Glendora Franklin Living Trust is in that bank. And my banker is Karen Galasso, and I have put that in your die instructions.
Mm-hmm. That
Karen Galasso built the trust and what her telephone number is.
Okay.
And what the address of the bank is. It's 1525 Route 22 is what it is. It's in the A&P.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the A&P. It's
What?
in the A&P store.
What's the trust supposed to do with that fund anyway?
Say again?
What's the trust fund for? What?
Oh, the trust fund is...
It's probably what, to pay the rent in the museum or such?
Yes.
Okay.
And to do other things, suppose there's repairs.
For the museum?
That's
Or
another
stuff like
thing,
that.
the museum was moved and it didn't fall apart.
Yeah. Still in ship shape, moving shape.
Yeah. And Victoria, when she was here Wednesday, she brought up the question, what are we going to do if the museum does fall apart? Well, Victoria, you just go to the internet and you find people who sell used storage trailers, the way I did this one. I found him not on the internet but through Bob Cohen. He had a magazine, a trade magazine, and I found this man in Rhode Island. That's why the trailer has Rhode Island plates on it.
Oh, okay. I hadn't noticed that. Yeah.
And he sent it up to me for $1,600. Wasn't that it? Does that sound right? Did I ever tell you before?
I don't think I would have known. No.
Well, I believe that's what it was, Devin. It was $1,600. And he brought it up. He had it sent up from Providence up to Albany, down to here. And the man set it up, you know, put the cinder blocks under the, whatchamacallit, in the front, what do you call the legs in the front. And it was ours. And it was Bob Cohen who really brought the whole thing through. First of all, we had museums, but they really didn't hold everything. And so I said to Franklin, I was sitting out in the yard and I saw a tractor trailer go by and I saw the length of it. And I said, that's what we need. And so where do you find a tractor trailer? Where do you find that? Well, you went into the